Crazy day today. I've got Instagram and Facebook. Hi, everyone. I'm trying to do this all at once because I'm trying to be efficient. So we've got some really exciting stuff going on today. It is our double donation days. We've done this. We did this last spring. It was so great and successful. We thought we'd do it again. We have just a handful, really, of these amazing slow food boxes left for the spring. If you remember, we just released these, I think it was last month, and these are all women makers, ingredients, incredible stuff, and we decided we'd do a double donation. So if you buy one of these boxes for yourself or someone else this week, we're doubling the donation to Slow Food USA this week. So you too could get the kombu, which I've been talking a lot about the kombu. The kombu is it's magic in your kitchen. I mean, it's great for everything. Pot of beans, you throw it in a pot of beans, it makes it more flavorful. You make your sauce, your broth, chicken noodle soup. Everything with this is better. It is a chef's secret ingredient, and now it can be yours. You can try that in the Slow Food box. We've got our Hollywood Marmalade from Laura Ann Jams. There we go. And that is, oh my God, delicious. We're going to be cooking with that in a second. I'm going to be making this kind of Gastrique-ish, if you will, that is going to be a sauce for my dumplings that I'm going to serve tonight because I'm doing a little Asian. And I've got my Girl Meets Dirt shrub, which I'm going to be making a cocktail with. Of course, you know me in just a second. It's always 5 o'clock somewhere, people. And of course, the einkorn baking mix. And I teetered. I almost made a strawberry shortcake today, and then my daughter brought a duck egg home from the park that she found, was worried that it had been abandoned. And so we had a duck egg in our oven with the light on to keep the duck egg from dying. And so I couldn't make shortcake. So that's why we ended up with orange gastrique. And this is going to be super duper fun today. So that is just one of the things. This box is amazing because it's kind of everything you need for a fab brunch or a party. You make your little cocktails with this, which I'm going to show you in a minute. You can make a big pot of beans or some broth or some dashi with your kombu. And then, of course, the baking mix. You can make pancakes with it, scones with it. You can make waffles with it. You could make shortcake with it. You could make, oh my gosh, there's a recipe on our website for this amazing egg stuffed scone. It's so delicious, and it's really easy. Luckily, Morel over at Heritage Baking, who is not just a mother but a grandmother. So for this Mother's Day, make Mariel happy. Get her baking mix in the Slow Food box. And she uses this beautiful einkorn flour, which is a heritage grain. Really cooks up beautiful. And if you're like me and not a really serious baker, then this is like cheating. You know, it's like, okay, she's done all the hard stuff for you. All you really have to do is, it's just like having a mix. So it's like having a mix, but it's like somebody homemade the mix for you in their kitchen, and it's perfect and beautiful. So, and clean label, none of the bad stuff. Perfect. So we only have a handful, so I suggest you get those right now. We're going to make a little bit of something fun today. I don't usually cook that much in the kitchen because, well, it takes time. And usually I've got somebody here and we don't want to take time. We're so busy talking and chatting about stuff. But today I thought I would do something kind of wacky. So I'm doing this gastrique. So I'm going to take the Hollywood Marmalade. So I'm going to try and see if I can get, there we go. So Facebook's looking down. So I've got my Hollywood Marmalade here, and I'm going to just take a big scoop of it and put it into my saucepan here. Kind of biggish scoop. Okay, there we go. And then, here we go. Instagram, let me see if I can get you to see there. You can kind of see there. There you go. Here we go. And then I've got my heat going on here. It might take a few minutes. And I'm going to just add a little bit of water to that. You're saying, Lisa, why would you add water to jam? I need it to be just a little bit liquidy so that I'm going to kind of like just liquefy it just a little bit. So a gastrique, just this fancy French term, gastrique, is a sweet and sour sauce that is traditionally made with a sugar, a fruit, and a vinegar, an acid, usually vinegar. So if you've ever had duck à l'orange, that is a classic gastrique, and it's the first one I ever made. And the way a gastrique is usually made is you usually take sugar or fruit juice and you boil it down till it's caramelized. You get it really, really caramely. And then you add vinegar to it. And that makes that sweet and sour. It's going to kind of bubble up and make it this nice sauce. Just a little bit more of this. There we go. That's going to be lovely. Okay, now I've got this guy on max. So it's going to need to do its magic. It's probably going to take a few minutes here. There we go. So while we're doing that, while that is going, I'm going to kind of just push this aside for a minute. While that is happening, we're going to make a cocktail. Ta-da! So I'm using some of the most delicious gin I've ever had in my entire life. This is local here, made in Ventura County, California, and it is called Wilder. They forage for all the botanicals, and I guarantee you, wherever you are, you have a local gin. Gin is really nothing but vodka with botanicals in it. So for all of you people who are like, I only drink vodka, I don't drink gin. Yes, you do. It's just, so probably you just didn't like the botanicals. Maybe it was a little too juniper-ish for you, which is kind of the typical. If you've only had Bombay, that's what you probably had. But this stuff, oh my gosh, it's like, oh, this is heaven. So I'm going to do a little bit of this. Where's my thingy here? And I'm going to do, of course, 2 ounces of my gin. Here we go. Oops, I'm moving off camera, aren't I? Here, we'll move myself on camera. 2 ounces of my gin. And then I need my, get it out. I've got the big, because, by the way, if you already got a slow food box and you loved your shrub, this is a beautiful shrub from Girl Meets Dirt. She's up in Orcas Island, Washington, and she makes everything from beautiful heritage fruit grown there on the island. This is amazing. It's a lemon lavender shrub, and we're going to mix some of that. I'm going to do about 1 ounce of that, 2 ounces of my gin, and my top. And then I'm going to just mix that up. I'm going to throw it in here with a little bit of, how about my sparkling water? Oops, hold on. I'll get sparkling water in a minute. Right now, I've got this going on. Okay, so now I want you guys to see. So this is bubbling nicely. Starting to go, but it needs to bubble more. So what a gastrique usually does is what we usually do is we take it to the point of caramelization on the sugar. That's why I got to thinking. I'm like, if all I'm going to do is cook sugar and fruit to the point of caramelization, well, a jam is halfway there. So I'm just going to, that's why I add a little water just to make it liquidy so I could do this business to it. Now I'm going to just let it boil, until I see it really boiling hard while I try and figure out what I don't know if I did with my sparkling water. Oh no. Oh, it's okay. It doesn't, kind of needs it. Kind of want some water. Okay, I'm going to get my sparkling water here a second. Yum. And I've got this guy. Okay, now this is starting to look good. So I don't know if Instagram, you can see that over there. It's starting to look pretty good there. It's boiling pretty hard. I want it to get going even more. And then I'm going to look for it to change color just a little bit, get a little darker. So I don't want it to go all the way to where it's going to crystallize, but I want to get it nice and bubbly and going. Okay, that's looking good. That's looking good. Now what I'm also going to do here is I'm going to take, at this point, I'm going to take a little bit of chili flake because I want mine to be just a tiny bit spicy. Just want a little bit spicy now. And this is going to become a dipping sauce for some frozen dim sum that I've got, some little frozen gyoza and dumplings that I've got. And that is going to be super easy. So, okay, now it's bubbling good. Okay, let's see how, not quite there yet. I'm still not quite caramely. I'm looking for it to turn colorless a little bit more and get a little bit more rapid boil because it's getting super close. Super duper close. All right, so this is going to be fantastic. I got to tell you, if you're planning a Mother's Day brunch Look at that recipe on our website that I used this einkorn baking mix with. Ooh, yum, yum, yum. It's so great for these cheddar scones and this stuff. If you want to just make biscuits and this stuff, oh, yum. And Mom will love a cocktail made with a girl meets dirt. I mean, Mom needs a cocktail, right? You're the reason she drinks, after all. And here we go. I'm going to throw, okay, it's getting there. It's getting there. All right, I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to throw maybe a tablespoon-ish. Okay, now did you hear it start bubbling up a little more, which is what we want. So you kind of sizzle a little bit more and bubbles up a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. Now it goes a little more. Stir that up really good. Now that I've added my vinegar, so I've got my sweet and now my sour in there, and they are just bubbling away. Yumsters, yum. And while these guys are happening that way, I'm gonna let that bubble for just about a minute here. I'm gonna grab my my gyoza. Sorry guys, I'm coming. All right, there we go. Sorry, my oven's just a little off camera. So I've got these. I didn't make them, but they're beautiful dumplings. And okay, how's that? Okay, so now I just looked for it to thicken up just a little bit, but not too much, because I don't really want it. I don't want to end up with jam at the end of it. I mean, it needs to stay soft, right? So look at that. So that's what you're looking for. A nice soft sauce so that it's going to be dippable. Okay, and then I'm going to put that in this container over here. There we go. That is going to be delish. I'm going to move my, so I don't burn myself, I'm going to move my hot plate off to the side here. There we go. Burning is bad. Burning is bad. So I'm going to now throw together my gyoza. Here we go. So I've got, you know, when your camera is just not cooperating, there we go. Here we go. Facebook, we're taking you down now. Okay, so I'm just going to take some of these guys and I'm going to plate them around on my pretty plate here. And there we go. Take some of these guys around here. You could get dumplings from, you want some frozen dumplings of your choice, shrimp, veggie, whatever your preference is. Place those around. I'm going to kind of keep my orange theme, so I'm going to put some little orange slices around here to make it look pretty. And now, there we go. Beautiful. I even have some of these guys. Oops, my chopsticks. Didn't need those. And look, I've got these pretty kumquats. And kumquats are in season right now in California. They're a little hard to get in other parts of the country. They are so tasty. I'm going to slice some of these guys. You could also thinly slice some jalapenos and toss those on top. And if you don't want the spicy, just don't put the chili flake in. Look at this. I'm going to throw little slices of this all the way around, some kumquat. And I'm going to throw some little bits of mint around there to get a little bit of green. There we go. Okay, look at how pretty that is. Ooh, pretty plate. Now, I'm gonna, see how that tastes. Oh, yum. Okay, you get that beautiful orange, but a little bit sour from our rice wine vinegar. I should mention I'm using, of course, American Vinegar Works rice wine vinegar. This is just the most beautiful vinegar I've ever had in my life. He makes amazing, beautiful vinegars. They are all super small batch. I would call them micro batch vinegars. He makes them in Boston from All American Spirits. All vinegars start with a spirit, and he just starts with really, really high quality spirits that are all from America. So this comes from a very, very high quality premium Junmai sake, which is what all rice vinegar starts with, sake. And he brings that in the very, very old method from hundreds of years ago that he's been working on. And it is so delicious. It's just a really nuanced, beautiful rice wine vinegar. It's perfect for things like marinades. It's perfect for your salad dressings. I've been using it pretty much for everything lately. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, yum, yum, yum. Mm. So good. So good. Yum. So, a little bit of that tonight. A little bit of cocktail. We have a beautiful shrub. Yum. It's going to be a great time. This weekend, I think we're going to be making some of the cheddar scones with the einkorn baking mix for Mother's Day. I hope you all have a fabulous Mother's Day. Enjoy, celebrate your moms, make sure to call her and send her some good food. So remember, this week we're doubling the donation to Slow Food USA on the Slow Food Box. If you don't know who Slow Food USA is and what Slow Food is, you really need to know. They're a international grassroots organization that, in a nutshell, it's the opposite of fast food. It's slowing down, eating good food. They're for the planet, the environment, biodiversity. They support school gardens. They have this amazing resilience fund, which helps farmers and small makers and local independent projects get off the ground and get some funding. And so that's where all this money goes, is to projects like that. So, we're really excited to be partnering with them once again and hoping that this double donation does really well. And I'm sure we're going to sell out of the boxes. So hop on that fast. Have a lovely weekend, everybody. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week. And have a great Mother's Day. And this is